If you work in finance or accounting, you probably live in a world of tables, ledgers, and journals. It's how we're all trained to think. But what if I told you that very perspective is actually your biggest blind spot? Today, we're diving into a totally different way of seeing financial data, one that turns a flat, static ledger into a living, breathing network to spot the kind of fraud that your spreadsheets will simply never show you. Okay, so look at this. On the left, that's our comfort zone, right? The spreadsheet. It's static, it's organized, it's great for crunching numbers. But here's the problem. Its very structure, rows and columns, actively hides the connections between data points. Now, look at the right. That's a graph. It's alive, it's dynamic, and it's made of just two things, nodes and edges. Its entire reason for being is to expose relationships. This isn't just a new kind of chart. It's a completely different mindset. And this quote it absolutely nails it. This is the core idea for our entire explainer today. See, the bad numbers you find in an audit, they're usually just the symptom. The real disease, the fraud itself, almost always involves sketchy relationships. A person connected to a fake company, an invoice connected to a personal bank account. A table buries those connections, but a graph is designed to put a giant spotlight right on them. So here's how we're going to break this all down. First, we'll talk more about that spreadsheet blind spot. Then we'll learn the super simple language of graph theory so we can start thinking in connections. After that, we'll open up a fraud hunter's toolkit, see how these techniques work in the real world, and finally, we'll look ahead to why this connected future is about way more than just fraud. All right, let's dive into part one, the spreadsheet blind spot, or as I like to call it, why your tables might be lying to you. Think about your ERP system for a second. It's already this incredible, rich network, right? Vendors are connected to invoices, invoices are connected to employee approvals, employees are connected to specific bank accounts. It's this beautiful, multi-dimensional web of information. But what's the first thing we do? We export it to Excel. We take that rich network and we flatten it into a two-dimensional table. In that one step, we sever the very connections that hold all the clues. So, if tables are the problem, what's the solution? Well, that brings us right to section 2, thinking in connections. And trust me, the language of graph theory is way simpler than it sounds. The whole thing boils down to just two incredibly simple concepts. First up, a node. A node is, well, it's just a thing. In our world, a thing could be a general ledger account, a vendor, an employee, an invoice, a bank account. You get the idea. Anything you can represent as a single entity is a node. And the second piece of the puzzle? An edge. An edge is simply the relationship that connects two nodes. So a journal entry, that's an edge connecting two GL accounts. An approval, that's an edge connecting an employee to an invoice. A payment is the edge connecting that invoice to a bank account. It's the edges, the relationships, that bring the whole story to life. So here's the magic. When you stop seeing your data as rows in a spreadsheet and start seeing it as a collection of these nodes and edges, everything changes. You're not looking at a dead, static ledger anymore. You are looking at a living, breathing network of actual behavior. You can literally watch how money, influence, and approvals flow through your organization. Okay, so we've got the lingo down. Now let's get our hands dirty. Welcome to Section 3, a fraud hunter's toolkit. We're going to look at 4 powerful techniques that are purpose-built to find hidden schemes. This toolkit is just awesome. Each tool is designed to find a specific kind of bad behavior. Centrality analysis, that's your Find the Puppet Master tool. It flags that one person or vendor that's suspiciously connected to way too many things. Community detection automatically finds the secret clubs, groups of entities that are way more connected to each other than to anyone else. Perfect for spotting shell companies. Cycle detection is amazing at finding money laundering loops, where money leaves and comes right back. And path analysis lets you trace the entire journey of a transaction from beginning to end. Theory is one thing, but let's see how this stuff actually works. Time for Section 4, looking at how graphs expose real-world fraud that spreadsheets would just completely miss. Okay, for anyone in auto or equipment finance, listen up, because this is probably going to sound familiar. A graph can instantly show you a bright red cluster of loans from one single dealer that are all defaulting early. It can reveal these bizarre networks where a whole group of so-called customers are weirdly connected back to the dealer. You can literally see payment flows that loop around through related parties. These are complex patterns, not just numbers in a cell. And hey, This isn't just for some niche industry. This applies to every single accounting and audit department on the planet. You can map out journal entries and suddenly see this crazy jump, like a debit to an asset account being linked to a credit in sales revenue. Like, what? You can spot cash flowing in hidden loops between subsidiaries, or find a little community in your AP department that only approves certain vendors. These are the relationship stories that scream fraud. All right, now get ready. This is the part that I think is really going to blow your mind. I'm about to run through 4 specific red flags that are virtually impossible to spot in a spreadsheet, but in a graph, they basically scream at you. You ready? First up, so-called duplicate vendors who just happen to share the same phone number, address, or bank account. In a table, those 2 vendors could be thousands of rows apart. You never see it. In a graph, that shared piece of information creates a bright, shining link that connects them, screaming, "Hey, look at me, I'm a potential shell company scheme." Red flag number 2. An employee who registered a new vendor is also the one approving all their invoices. I mean, come on. That is a massive conflict of interest. A graph visualizes that direct, inappropriate path from the employee to the vendor they control to the payments going out the door. It's an open and shut case. Third, and this is a huge one, cash flows out of your company to vendor A, then gets passed to company B, and then comes right back into your company from company C. This is classic money laundering, or round-tripping. A spreadsheet looking at individual transactions would never catch it. A graph is built to find loops like that instantly. And finally, number 4. This one's a bit more sophisticated for my audit friends out there. You ever see journal entries that are designed to be confusing? They recursively reference each other in a long chain just to obscure the original transaction. A graph can map that entire self-referencing loop and untangle the whole messy web, making the deception crystal clear. So as you can see, this is just unbelievably powerful for finding fraud. But, and this is the really big takeaway here, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Which brings us to our final section. The future is connected. Fraud is just the first, most obvious application. It's a huge piece of the pie for sure. But look at this. The exact same way of thinking, of analyzing relationships, is going to revolutionize risk management, help us build smarter forecasting models, and completely automate internal controls testing. Understanding these connections is the future of financial intelligence. If you take away just one single thing from our time together, let it be this. At the end of the day, finance and accounting are not just about numbers. They are disciplines driven by relationships. And graph theory is, quite simply, the mathematics of relationships. The pairing is absolutely perfect. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. In your own company, with your own data, what are the hidden relationships, the ones you can't see in your spreadsheets, that are truly shaping your business? Because finding the answer could reveal your biggest risk or uncover your greatest opportunity.